Hi everyone, so today I filmed this beautiful look using pretty much all liquid lipsticks. The only thing that isn't a liquid lipstick is my foundation, mascara, highlight, and that's pretty much it. My concealer, but like for the most part, contour, blush, bronzer, lips, eyeshadow, and eyebrows are all liquid lipsticks. And I wanted to make this video because a lot of people think like just when you have crazy colors, there's not a lot you can do with them and they don't buy them. And I wanted to show you that maybe necessarily you don't have to go out and buy them for this purpose, but you know, if you have something and you don't know how to use it, it's so much more versatile than just putting it on your lips. You can use it everywhere. And so I just really hope that you'll learn something today. And yeah, so I hope you enjoy this video, and thank you for watching. Hey everyone, I know I look a little crazy right now, and that's just because I already have my foundation, concealer, and highlight on, because that's not really part of this video, and I didn't want to waste any time because my past two videos are freaking they're 20 minutes long, and nobody wants to watch that. I don't even want to watch that. I mean, I do, but like I don't. Like, at least not of me. No, I'm gonna be skipping parts. So to save time today, I have this done. You know, I would have done my highlight on camera, but frankly, I do not have a liquid lipstick that would work as a highlight. So, let's get started. When working with liquid lipsticks, you want to make sure your base is not set. You don't want to have any setting powder on because you want to treat these as if they're a cream product. And if you know anything about the beauty world, the rule is do not put cream products on top of powders. I mean, there are exceptions to that rule. Some people it works for, but this, more often than not, it's not going to work. So anything you're working on, no powder. I don't have any powder on right now. So yeah, I'm going to start by mixing a few shades to get my perfect color. I'm going to be mixed, and I'm just want to point out that in this video I'm going to be using all Jeffree Star liquid lipsticks. Pretty much, yeah. And I'm going to be using the shades Celebrity Skin, Drug Lord, and Dominatrix. I haven't practiced creating a contour shade yet, so I want to see what my best result would be. And make sure to shake them all before you use them. It goes for pretty much any liquid lipstick. Just keeps it from being separated. Now I'm praying that this goes well because I am going somewhere right after this. So we will see. Okay, I just created a really gray tone using all of these shades. So I'm just going to apply them. I'm going to do it one at a time because these do set fairly quickly. So you don't want to put on the product. That's really gray. Okay, I'm going to put on a little bit more Dominatrix. There we go. And then I'm going to trying to decide if I want to use a beauty blender or not. We're going to use this brush. Now this probably is going to be kind of harsh. You really want to try and buff this product in because it's not going to be as blendable as a typical cream product would be. But you can. I don't want you to think that just because it's not as blendable that you can't still get there. So yeah, I am working fairly quickly to make sure this doesn't dry down. Now I'm going to create a bronzer shade. I could have done that before, but I just wanted to see what the contour color would turn out as, because sometimes you can use contour for both. In this case, I need bronzer. So I'm actually not even going to mix up a shade. I'm just going to be using a single color, Hunty, again by Jeffree Star. Like I said, all the products will be Jeffree Star. And if you're going to be doing this, I encourage you to play with your shades and see what you have. Chances are you're not going to have everything I had. You're not going to have the same colors I have. So just see what works for you. Mix and match. Oh my goodness. Okay, now for blush. I think what we're going to do is I'm going to use Doll Parts. This is from the holiday collection. I'm only going to use a small amount of this. And again, I'm working at one side of it at a time. I'm actually going to use my fingers to do this. And I am kind of just rubbing. Right now I am looking kind of crazy. I am looking just a tad bit muddy because I was really focused on blending it out. I wasn't really worried about keeping the product where it is. But the fabulous thing about using cream products is that I can still go back in with my concealer and clean everything up, which I was kind of planning on. So I am going to do that. I'm just going to take, I don't know what is going on with my voice, but I am just going to be taking a concealer palette and dipping into it. Kind of sharpening up that contour so that it's not so low and more defined. And I'm going to take it even up here a little bit so that not everything goes in so much, so that it's a lot more clean. Take my beauty. And even if you feel like everything's too strong, you can just go ahead and tap over that to make sure it's all blended. Okay. I did just apply powder highlight because I do like to intensify it. It has something to do with this, so that's why it's not really included. And in case you're like, what, that was not, just wanted to let you know. So now I'm going to be moving on to brows. Much simpler. Okay, I know a lot of people like cool tone browns a lot because a lot of people are blonde or just don't like a red brow. So you could totally, that combination I used for my contour, you could use that for your brows. You can totally mix around with these and play with them. So for my brows, my hair is red and my brows are naturally very cool tone, but I actually do like to match them to my hair. Not necessarily as red. It's a lot more red in the light. It doesn't really look like it right now, but I do use Dominatrix and Red Rum to make that combination. And when working with liquid lipsticks as a brow product, you want to treat it as if you're using a pomade because it is going to be very pigmented, very intense. It's going to have great lasting power, amazing lasting power, but like I said, you definitely do want to be careful. So I'm just going to be mixing the two together. I'm definitely using more brown than red because I don't want them to be stark red. I just want them to have that warmth and tone. Taking it and yeah, just going to do my brows as if they were my Dip Brow Pomade. What I love about this technique, and I don't do it often just because I don't necessarily need an intense brow. Where did my spoolie go? Is that you do get a lot of pigment quickly, so you don't have to spend too much time on your brows unless you mess up. So I wouldn't recommend this if you're not familiar with using a pomade or a cream product for your brows because it can be kind of intimidating. I would definitely start out with something like that first before stepping into this. And that goes for pretty much everything. I wouldn't recommend using this if you've never cream contoured or anything, because you want to get used to how an actual cream product works before you're starting to manipulate a product to act that way. Because if you don't know how that product acts, how are you going to manipulate it to act that way? So that's what where the brows are at. And at this point, I'm going to go in with concealer again, and just to sharpen them up. I think when you're working with a product that's so intense, you do need to clean them up. Typically, when I'm using my dip brow, I'll only clean them up a little bit, if even, but I also don't use a lot of the product. I wouldn't probably have it this intense. But I'm going to. So I'm just going to do that really quick. Okay, now I'm going to move on to eyes. And there's a lot to say about eyes, and this is definitely my favorite part. My favorite way to, and this is definitely my favorite way to use the liquid lipsticks. So before I get into it, just like with the face, you want to make sure that your eyes are not set with the powder. Typically when you're working with regular powder eyeshadows, you do want to make sure that your eyes are set with the powder because it's going to make the shadows blend so much smoother. But if you do that and then you try to go and blend and buff everything out with using liquid lipstick, what's going to end up happening is you're going to disturb the primer, and it's going to get mixed up and cakey and ball up, and it's going to get patchy, and it's not going to be cute, and it's going to be a lot more difficult in the end. So you want to just stick to you can either use regular primer or concealer. I'm just using concealer, but you want to stick to that and not set it. Another cool thing about using liquid lipsticks as eyeshadows is you actually don't need to use a transition color. You can take you can go in straight away with one of your darkest colors. Maybe not your darkest color. You can make it work, but you can go in with like a red or something, and you just continue to blend it out, and it's not going to be as difficult to blend out as if you're working with a powder, and the transition will be there without having to go in with a bunch of different colors. So I usually do like 2 to 3, maybe even 4 colors, but I don't use that many, to be honest, and that's what's great about it, because these can also, once you get good at it, once you have some practice, these can be used in a rush. Just lay them on, buff them out, and you're good to go, and you still have a good intense eye. Because my biggest problem is, yeah, I can do 5-minute eyeshadow, but I like to have, for me, the biggest difference in my makeup is my eyeshadow, and I'd rather wear eyeshadow than wear face makeup. Because look at me, I look crazy right now, but when I have my eyes on, girl, I am good. I'm good. So, yeah, you can, yeah. So I'm going to be going for like a more red eye, I guess, just to match my top. And, yeah. So I'm going to do a halo eye. I'm going to be starting out with red rum. Let me lay this down. I literally have a candle box, and I just use it as my palette. It's so unsanitary. So use this on your hand or a glass palette, but probably not. I mean, use it at your own risk. I actually don't have the lipstick, the brushes that I would typically use to blend out liquid lipsticks, but it's fine because I can make it work. So I'm just gonna lay this down. And what you'll see with the reds is they start to look more pink when they're blended out. So I'm just going to do that. And like I said, one side at a time. And I'm going to take another blending brush. This does have a little bit of shimmer on it, but that's fine. I don't mind about that. I'm just going to work it up. And as you can see, we already have a blend. That was so easy. So simple. So just buffing that in. And if you need to, you can always put concealer on the brush and then buff it out or help blend it in. Actually, I'm just going to take this all the way. So I'm just going to take that on my inner corner. Should I zoom you in? I think I should zoom you in. So just putting that on my inner corner. Yeah, that's very pink right now. And then I'm going to take it a little bit on my lower lash line. This is going to be very smoky, I guess. Okay, it's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I'm all about it. Just laying the product down on the other eye. And I really hope that someone gets something out of this. Even if it's, or let's say like you forgot a product when traveling or something. Just use your liquid lipstick and it's fine. It's all good. Then I'm going to go in with Unicorn Blood. This is a very deep, rich color. It's like, reminds me of the color of dried blood. And I'm going to go in the same places, just lower, and I'm not going to blend them as high. So I am just going to pop in a gold in the center. Oh wow, that's gorgeous. I'm living. In the house. Tell me that does not look so dope. Oh my gosh, I'm living. Okay, so last but not least, we have the lips. Yeah, that's pretty cool that we got through this. So I'm just gonna be using the shade Butt Naked. Or not Butt Naked, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be using the shade Hunty. You can pretty much use anything. I think red would look so cool, pink would look so cool, black, maybe even a brown. You can do a lot. But I'm going with my grandma, so I'm gonna do a nude. I'm really tempted to pop some red in the center, so I think that's exactly what I'm gonna do. That's cute. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I hope you learned a lot today, or at least something. I really hope somebody tries this out, because not maybe this look, but all these techniques, because I just think it's such a cool way to use what you have. And you know, like, comment, and subscribe, and thank you for watching. Have a great day.